What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be collecting 1,000 of a random item in the game. It could range from anything from a nether star to a block of dirt. So let's see what we get. But anyways, hope you guys enjoy watching this video. Let's get right into it. Alright, here we are at the wheel. Every item in the game. So let's spin it and see what we get. Here we go. And we get a minecart with TNT. This is going to be a fun one. There's a lot of materials that go into this block. Alright, TNT minecarts. This is going to be a tough one. There's a lot of things that go into it, as I said earlier. We need 1,000 of them. That is a lot. And they don't stack either, so that's going to be an issue. First, gunpowder. We also need a lot of this. We need 5,000 gunpowder. That is a lot of gunpowder. We're going to need a decently good creeper farm in this world. We also need around 5,000 sand also to go with that to craft TNT. That's also a lot. That's going to be a little tough to get too. And then probably the hardest one is iron, 5,000 iron. We need to make all the minecarts, which cost iron. And that is going to be a lot of iron farming. But anyways, let's start up this world. We're just going to do normal, survival, and we're just going to load right up on into it. Alright, here we are. Normal world in a forest. But we're looking for a village. But luckily, when I turn my render distance up, I spot one in the corner of my eye. So we're heading right up to it. And let's get the basic tools. Let's get the wood. And we have to make the wooden pickaxe, obviously. And then mine some stone. Gets the stone. But up here comes my video corruption. And teleport right to a cave. After about 15 minutes play. So mining some iron. And so I don't die later in the run. But luckily we come up alive, and then I sleep in the villager breeder that I also made when the video corrupted. So I feed these villagers some bread, and smelt up my iron, and make this iron armor, so I don't die. Because 15 minutes is how much I've played at this time, which we're at a good pace, 24 hours. And here we are making the iron armor. And upcoming is a little montage of making my iron farm, so hopefully you enjoy the montage. Dude, could someone tell me how this is happening? Dude's just floating. I mean, this makes no sense. But anyways, I guess back into the montage of making this iron farm then. Alright, that's one of the modules made. Only 3 more to go. Let's get to it. Let's go. I could finally enjoy the fruits of my labor. Long time spent in this iron farm, got to enjoy the view. Anyways, next up, we have to build the creeper farm, which is also a very important thing. But we need a lot of trapdoors. My plan to get these trapdoors is bamboo, since you can plant that really fast. So I broke it all down, and I'm going to replant and make some into trapdoors. But I found out that a full inventory of bamboo, and half of that only made 40 trapdoors, which is not nearly enough to the 7 stacks I need. So I planted some more because we need that. And after I planted all that, I then needed to get this villager out the cave because I lost all of them in the iron farm, and there was only one nitwit left, and I needed some more villagers. So this would save the population of villagers, which we need to do. So I dragged this guy out and put him right into the villager breeder, and then I gave them some beds so we can hopefully get some more villagers in here, and so we can trade for sticks, we can trade for armor. But luckily I got all my trapdoors, so I can just use the bamboo to trade for sticks, as this guy is selling here. And bamboo, 2 of them makes 1 stick, so it's pretty easy to do this. And I'm making some hoppers because I'm just making some other things I need for the farm while this bamboo is growing, like campfires. So I made some more campfires. I need 4 of them, so I made 4 campfires. And then after the campfires, I crafted up some carpet so the spiders would spawn in my farm, because we don't want that. We just want creepers. I also used some scaffolding because we're going to need that to get high in the sky to build this creeper farm. But it's time to take down the bamboo and trade it for some sticks. Get some emeralds. So I broke down all this bamboo and I picked it all up and traded with the Fletcher. Got definitely a lot of emeralds from him, which is good, because eventually we need a shovel to get all the sand, which we're going to get from the toolsmith here. We're going to level him up, and we're going to see if he trades us a diamond shovel. His next trade is iron for emeralds, but luckily I have a lot of that since I have this iron farm here. So just stole a little bit of iron from him, and then I went right back up to trade with him, and this worked great. So I could easily level him up to get the shovel I need to get the sand and the blocks for this farm. The next trade was a diamond hoe, which I could easily just buy a lot of them. But I just used the iron trade to level him up because that'd be easier. So we did that. And he traded a diamond axe. So this wasn't looking too good, but I still had hope. So I then traded some more to level him up to master. This is the last diamond slot, so hopefully he gives us the shovel, and it's a no. So we're gonna need another villager. Yeah, it's kind of sad, but luckily there's a baby. So yeah, this little baby guy, he'll be the next toolsmith, and hopefully he'll actually give us a trade that we need, since his dad didn't do too much. So once he grew up, I traded up with him, kind of the same ordeal. Traded up until he hit expert, and then boom, had the shovel. This is very exciting. We really needed this shovel. I added 2 shovels together in an anvil, and it made insta mine dirt, which is great because we need a lot of dirt for this farm, and we're gonna need a lot of sand later. But luckily we had all the things, so it's time for the montage. Then I got obsidian for a chunk loader I never actually built, which was a huge waste of time because the iron farm and creeper farm close together. But I checked on my villager and I had looting 3, which is great because that can almost double the rates of the creeper farm, which is awesome. And we definitely need the most gunpowder we can get. And I also got mending, because you need that if you want to AFK for a long time. So I AFK'd. This isn't AFK footage, but this is kind of what it looked like when I went to dinner. But I came home to something weird. I came home to a lot of gunpowder, but also a lot of other mobs things. So I definitely needed to investigate this. So I went up top, and I found something weird. I found Enderman Grief. And I've never seen Enderman Grief to this extent. This was bad. So I needed to make sure these Endermen would never spawn again. So I made sure to place torches all on top so mobs would not spawn and Endermen would hopefully not ruin my farm again. But hopefully these mobs don't spawn. Hopefully this should be the permanent fix. I checked up on my iron farm. It's doing great, which is awesome. We do need a little more, but it's on good pace. So that's awesome. And then I also need to get the sand, obviously. I need about 4,000 sand. I'm not going to show much footage because it's basically just this for like, I don't know, 30 minutes. So, yeah, eventually by that night, I had a full inventory of sand. And I'm pretty sure I needed like 3 inventories of sand. But that was good for one day. And I also healed my shovel at the creeper farm because it also works as an XP farm, which is also great. But finally, I got all of the sand I need. All 3 chests full of sand. This is great. That's one of the materials fully collected and done. So I AFK'd the creeper farm for a few more hours, and I got a lot more gunpowder and no endermen, which is great. And then I also made all the chests that I need to put all the TNT minecarts in, just to show the scale. Since these things don't stack, you definitely need a lot more chests than normal. So this is all the chests we needed to store all these minecarts. I also AFK'd for a couple more hours, and I had all of the gunpowder we need for this project. And I had all the iron we needed for this project. So I found a clever way to bring the stuff down. I had chest boats, which I've never used before, and just knocks them off and leaded them back to the base. This actually worked very nicely and got all the stuff compacted and organized. So I had all of the TNT stuff. Now I just need the iron. So I did the same method and brought the chest boats full of iron. So I had everything I needed. All I needed to do was craft. But I soon realized that this is going to be way too slow, and my finger will probably fall off if I do this for a thousand of them. So I need to improvise. So we got a crafter instead. This would work great because I wouldn't have to move a finger. So I made a little machine, and it would just craft them for me, and all I had to do was put them in the chests. This worked great. I basically just did this for 45 minutes, just putting minecarts in there, putting TNT, loading it up, putting them in the chest. And before I knew it, I was on the last chest, even after all of this time. So I filled the last couple slots, filled the last chest, and it was coming towards an end, this project that I've worked so long on. So making the last couple minecarts, and this is the last batch. 4 minecarts, and I'm done. I'm finished. What do I do? But we're not done yet. We gotta explode these things. Because what's the fun in having 1,000 of these if you're not gonna explode them? So that's what we went right to do. Let's go do it. Alright, we're here. So now we're gonna place 1,000 of these TNT minecarts. This is going to take me a while, I already know. So get the music going, I guess. And finally, after 30 long minutes of placing, I finally was finished. 1,000 TNT minecarts in one block. And I know it doesn't look like a lot, but all of those chests that you saw that were filled, they're now, all of them are empty. All of them. There are so many TNT minecarts in that one spot, and it's just making my game glitch. Like, I tried to eat this food, and it just wouldn't eat. It made no sense. How does it just not eat? And then I also wanted to check up on my villagers before they all explode. And I checked up on them, and they're also really glitchy too. This nuke was glitching my world really bad. But then it happened. I had to make sure I was recording for this. A sheep knocked into the TNT. This was really bad. I was going to originally light it with a flint and steel, but now it was moving everywhere. I didn't know what to do. And I was seeing if I could light it. I was really confused on what to do here. But as soon as I went up to it, boom. Everything was just gone. So I'll just let you experience this for a second. Finally, after all that was done, I still saw some in the air when I respawned at my bed. But it looked like it was finished. So, I went to check the damage, and oh my goodness, that is a big crater. That 1,000 minecarts sure does make a lot of damage. Well, what a video. I hope all of you guys enjoyed this video, and like and subscribe so you can keep up on new videos, and hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.